Great, my students. Karibu tena. The lesson still is on the equations of a straight line. And the lesson, which is a short lesson, I want us to consider the graphs of an equation. And before I go to those graphs of an equation, there are terms that are usually used when you are maybe coming up with such a graph. Like even the graph itself is a term that we ought to know what it usually means. So a coordinate plane is usually formed by two perpendicular real number lines. There's the horizontal, there is horizontal line. Sometimes we refer to it as horizontal axis or x-axis. And then there's a vertical line, which sometimes also we refer to it as vertical axis. And then they also sometimes we refer to it as y-axis. Now I've tried to demonstrate on this side that this line that is running up, down, this one, that is the vertical axis, and then this is the horizontal axis. Where the two meets is actually the origin. That is what you are saying, the point at which the two axes meets is the origin. Now, the axis, again, divides the plane into four quadrants. We refer to them as four quadrants. That is, the first one is actually this one, and then we go anti-clockwise like this one. So we have the first quadrant, the second quadrant, the third quadrant, and the fourth quadrant. Are we together? Now, each point on the coordinate plane corresponds to the ordered pair of real numbers. For ordered pair, the first number is horizontal coordinates. The first number is always the horizontal coordinates. So we have the ordered pair, which are actually represented by the horizontal coordinate, then followed by vertical coordinate. For example, if you see this number like 4, it means that 4 is the horizontal coordinate, and a vertical coordinate is referred or represented by a -1. Now, the graph of an equation in x and y is usually a collection of points xy. It's a collection of points xy whose coordinates are actually the solution of the equation. I think that is a very important point to note, that a graph of an equation in x and y is a collection of all points xy whose coordinates are solutions of the equation. For example, therefore, to sketch the graph of any given equation, for example, first of all, we have to construct a table of values and then graph enough solution to recognize maybe the pattern. Then once you recognize the pattern, then connect the points to each other using a line or a curve, depending on the nature or the pattern which is coming out from the constructed points. So from there, I believe that you can actually be able to relate those points that are used there, so that when it comes to maybe sketching those curves, it becomes easier for that case. Nashukuru and nifuate kwa lesson zijazo. Thank you.